NBC Nebraska News 2. Your live, local 6 o'clock news starts now.
The community of Holdridge is rocked by a double murder. The man accused in court what police are saying about the 3 crime scenes. Saving the Hotel Pawnee while looking to other community developers can inspire North Platte. And the roads will be messy and snow plows will be out in full force over the next several hours. Protect yourself. Discover what to do if you find yourself behind a plow. Good evening, I'm Kent Winder. Light snow and freezing drizzle is going to make it tricky for travelers in Nebraska for the next 36 hours. Officials want us ready for changing road conditions. Meteorologist Bill Rentschler joins us from the Weather Center. Bill, what's the latest on this February snowstorm?
Well, right now, Kent, the forecast appears to be on track. We had that first wave of snow move our way last night into today, officially here in town, picking up 0.7 of an inch of snow. And we still have those winter weather advisories and now blizzard warnings that are in place across the coverage area running through the day on Saturday here in town until 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Right now, seeing a bit of a break in the action for snow, but still plenty of clouds, areas of fog and areas of drizzle across the western half of the state. If we look at that snowfall potential with this second round of snow, doesn't look like it's going to be as much here in town, but we're going to be dealing with a lot of wind as we head over the next 24 to 36 hours. That is going to create areas of near whiteout conditions and very difficult and dangerous travel conditions as well. I'll break down that full forecast for you, including a look at that snowfall forecast coming up in just a few.
All right, thank you very much, Bill. And Bill Rentschler is telling us the weather conditions could create some hazardous road conditions. If you drive, you need to be on the watch for the snowplow drivers who are keeping the way clear for us. Jace Bearclough is live behind the wheel and ready to tell us what to watch for as we battle this next snowstorm. Jace?
Hey, Kent. Yeah, so as we speak, I'm actually traveling eastbound on B Street, and it looks like the roads around here are still pretty sticky. There's a lot of white stuff sitting on the ground. But on all the main roads, we're talking Dewey and Jeffers and Phillips and all those are pretty well cleared off. Now, we are going to see a lot of snow plows running around because they're trying to salt the roads for this snowstorm that's coming in. A lot of ice, that sort of thing. And so the one thing we need to be aware of is we need to slow down as we approach those plows. Those things don't go very fast, and they're trying to do their job, so we need to let them do their job. Also, do not pass if they cannot see you. Was one of the golden rules here. And also do not pass on the right if at all possible. And also know where those plows are. You can actually find them on the snowplow tracker on their website, on NDOT's website. And those are some of the things that we need to be aware of. And also remember, this storm is actually going to last clear until tomorrow night. So be safe while you're driving. Watch out for snowplows is the message. And we're going to actually be back with you guys here at 10 to give you a little bit more of an update on as to what's going on. Back to you, Kent.
All right, thank you, Jace. And a quick check of road conditions. This is 511.nebraska.gov. Pockets of roads marked with pink. Those roads are completely covered in snow and ice. Roads in blue are partially covered in snow and ice. Roads around some of the North Platte areas, actually most of the northeast of Nebraska, are in blue, and you'll also see roads in pink, roads in green, and those are wet at this time. If you really need to travel this weekend, there are ways to make sure you are prepared. The Nebraska Department of Transportation gives you this checklist. Be prepared with warm clothing, water, and food. Travel on well-established roads. Tell someone when you are leaving. If traveling a distance, take a winter weather survival kit. Do not drive faster than conditions allow. Surfaces will be slick under the snow and visibility may be poor, and allow plenty of time to drive at your destination. With all the snow we are receiving, the city of North Platte is working long hours to keep the snow off the roads. Lane Groseth and Jim Hawks work for the city of North Platte. They say their plow drivers can work over 12-hour days when there are large snow amounts. They say they have a plan in place for snowstorms like this, including plows that hit the road ahead of a storm before the snow even falls.
With our trucks and our graders, I think we have about 9 plows. Some of them are larger and smaller ones with sand equipment on some of that. And we do try and get out ahead of the storms with sand and salt to get the salt, the main intersections and things spread first, and that a lot of times takes care of some of the snow hitting, so we don't have to be out there and plow as often.
In addition to them removing the snow from the roads, they added that the clearing of the sidewalks is up to the business or homeowner to keep them clear for mail carriers and pedestrians. North Platte issued a snow alert at 4:30 this afternoon. The snow alert means conditions are favorable for heavy snow. The alert is usually issued before a snow emergency. The alert allows people to move their cars from emergency snow routes. Also, the city of Gothenburg is preparing for a snow emergency. Mayor Joyce Hudson says the snow emergency will go into effect at noon on Saturday and extend through 7 a.m. on Monday. The mayor says all vehicles should be removed from their snow emergency routes. She says this also includes the downtown streets. Vehicles should be removed from the downtown area from 4 a.m. until 7 a.m. on Monday. The first place to check for school closings and weather-related announcements is our app and web channel. Get it today at the Google Play or App iTunes Store. It is free. If you're familiar with Grand Island and the downtown area, you will agree that the landscape has drastically changed over the past 5 to 10 years. That's because one entrepreneur has taken it upon himself to bring character to the downtown district, one building at a time. Beatrice Reyna joins us live in the studio with more. Beatrice?
Good evening, Kent. Yeah, his name is Amos Anson, and he's getting to become quite famous in the community he grew up in. But if you ask him, he never thought he'd be at this point a year ago.
If I had to sum it up in one word, that's why I'm in Grand Island Opportunity.
At 36,
I don't know if I'm smart for it or crazy or dumb, but I fight in the face of adversity.
Amos Anson is building quite the empire in the downtown district.
If I was doing what I'm doing now in a bigger city, there's no way.
Where the risk,
I have every single dollar I've ever made and a whole bunch of my future dollars that I hope to make wrapped up down here. So,
and the challenge are always welcome.
if you're a person that doesn't like adversity and overcoming obstacles, this downtown real estate development's not for you, in all honesty.
With lessons learned,
And when you tell the building inspector and the fire marshal, I'm gonna do this, you're probably not.
along the way.
What are some ways that we can do this in phases? And if your building officials are willing to have that conversation rather than just saying, well, I'm reading the book, it says no, you're not going to get anywhere.
One building at a time.
The customers that I lease to, they want something a little different. They want the texture of this brick.
With their 10th on the way.
If you want to stop the hemorrhaging, the brain drain as it's called, why would a person ever want to move back to your town? Just to go to what? So you give them something to do, you give them somewhere to live and somewhere to work. And we provide all of that down here. And it can be on a small scale.
So Beatrice, the question is, can the Hotel Pawnee be revitalized?
Experts say that yes, it can. And as a matter of fact, when Amos started his journey 10 years ago, he started asking those questions and having conversations with city officials on how he can redo the Masonic Temple, which we discussed yesterday, because he wanted to take it one building at a time. So when those conversations started, they called Lincoln, because Lincoln has been redeveloping all of these buildings for a long time. And so they came back and said yes, but it has to be done in phases. So one step at a time, otherwise it would never get done.
Okay, so really the question is, is this something that just can be done, just like that?
It absolutely can, one step at a time, because if you take a project as a whole, it's impossible. It's expensive. So one thing that Amos was smart about when he redeveloped these buildings was that he made sure that the first floor was retail, and once the income from those businesses started coming in, then he took on the next floor and then the next floor. So that's how they've been able to do that. But also, when we talked to the regional developer yesterday in Grand Island, he said that one of the key things is to be flexible with the codes while meeting code, if that makes sense. Sure. Because otherwise, if you look at the codes as is and you're not flexible, it's not going to get done.
Okay, well, Beatrice, I know you did a lot of work on that, and so thank you so much for bringing those reports.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we'll just hope for the best for the Hotel Pawnee.
It's been fun, and I hope this is a learning curve for everyone, and they're always willing to help other communities who are interested in doing the same thing for their community.
All right, thank you so much, Beatrice.
Thank you.
In Holdridge, we're continuing to follow the double murder case Here's what we know so far. After being shot last night, 64-year-old Doyle Morse was able to call 911, leading to the arrest of 45-year-old Manuel Gomez of Holdridge. Authorities have connected Gomez to the shooting deaths of two other people Thursday night, 65-year-old Raymond Burton and 54-year-old David Rogers. Today, Gomez made his first appearance in Phelps County Court. Gomez had his first hearing, as we said, in county court. He is faced with 8 charges, 7 of them felonies, including 2 murder charges. Gomez was arrested after reports of 3 shootings in multiple locations in town. Burton and Rogers were found dead at the scene after being shot last night. 64-year-old Doyle Morse was able to call 911. He's being treated at CHI Health Good Samaritan in Kearney and is in critical condition. Police are still investigating the motives and crime scenes.
I would think that he knew them, but as of right now, we're still working to see what we can tie together there.
Okay.
Any relationship, friendship.
Gomez is being held without bond and could face a maximum sentence of death for his charges. His preliminary hearing will be held March 1st in Phelps County Court. High schoolers spent the day debating and speaking for the world's largest academic competition. Hundreds of students from Nebraska, Wyoming, and South Dakota competed for the national qualifying speech meet. The students competed in a series of debates and speeches to be narrowed down to the final contestants. Tournament officials say they are looking for students who can intelligently persuade.
We're looking for the best students who are able to not only speak persuasively, but those that are organized, they can present evidence, they can ask and answer good questions, they can maneuver as part of a group and be successful in portraying their thoughts.
The qualifiers will compete in the national tournament this June. Coming up, this is the time of year when the city sees a surplus of kittens. We'll tell you why they are concerned. This week is FFA week. We show you how one local school celebrates the organization. That's next on News 2.